Hello and welcome to the short Vort on Parshas Vayigash. In Perik Mem Daled Pasuk Yud Ches, the parsha begins Vayigash Elav Yehuda. Yehuda approached the viceroy of Egypt, unbeknownst to him, who was really Yosef, his brother. The Midrash Rabbah tells us about in Tehillim Perik Mem Ches Pasuk Hey. It says there, Ki hinei amlachim noadu. For the kings assembled avru yachdav, they came together. Ra'ada achazasam, hema ra'u kain tamahu, they saw and indeed they were astounded. Nifhalu nechbazu. So the Midrash says beyond the pshat in the Tehillim, it's saying that these kings were referring to Yosef and Yehuda, and the people who were astounded and confounded and fled in haste, those were the other Shvatim. They were intimidated by the rulers, these kings that they saw. So in the ArtsScroll on Midrash Rabbah, so there's an insight there from Yosef Yehudah Leib Bloch, 1860-1929, the Telshe Rosh Yeshiva. And what is it about Yehuda and Yosef that came across as royalty? Now, the viceroy of Egypt, clearly that's royalty. He's got the power. What made Yehuda stand out to the brothers as the king of the Shvatim? We also see that royalty is something that's very chashuv. It has a presence in the family of Jacob, the family of Yaakov, because the dreams were about Yosef becoming the king, and they were jealous by the fact that he would become a king. So how should we understand this notion of royalty? So Rabbi Bloch says that people think of royalty, they'll think of the pomp, the ceremony, the power, the prestige, the armies, the rulership, all those external things. But a king gets his power when he has people. He has to have a nation with him. If the people rebel with the king and they don't follow him, then he's no longer a king. However, a true king is someone who stands out by his nature, by his qualities, and he is someone who his views are not shaped by public opinion. He does what is right. It's shaped by his nobility of character and his ability to maximize his God-given talents. One who can rule all these things, these forces, these temptations, they can rule people also. People instinctively will follow someone. They may not agree with the person, but they see the qualities. They will submit to this person to be the king, even without a nation. Now, Yosef had these type of royal characteristics. He ruled over himself. He faced temptation when he was away from his family, and he overcame the temptation in the house of Potiphar. So even Paro said that I discerned his royal character, as explained in Sota Daf Lamed Vav and Beis. That even the king of Egypt can tell there was an inherent royalty in Yosef's character. And Yosef himself understood this. That's why when he had his dreams, and here's a pshat I never heard before, he said he was saying, I will be his message was to the brother by saying that I am a king over my qualities, and you can be a king over your qualities too. You have the potential to be leaders, to be kings, to be rulers. So it actually wasn't the bad thing that we often have, perceived about this. And in fact, Hashem attests by saying, in this manner, the prophets will reprove you, meaning Hashem verified that Yosef's intent when he told his brothers about his dreams about being a king was to encourage his brothers to perfect their ways also, just as the prophets reprove the Bnei Israel. Yosef's intention was to reprove his brother. Similarly, Yehuda had these royal qualities that he can go beyond and overcome his nature. When it came to the story of Tamar, where she was willing to die in order to not embarrass Yehuda for his actions, he was willing to humiliate himself in order to say the truth, to do the truth, say the truth, and that's a royal character that he was demonstrating. So it's only natural that this would be the Yehuda, this type of royalty, who would come against the other king, who was actually Yosef, at this moment of crisis. The other brothers now stood by in awed silence because this was a matter between kings and kings alone. This is from the Shiurei Daas by Rabbi Bloch. Thank you for listening. Like, share, and subscribe. Have a wonderful week and a wonderful Shabbos.